So you're probably here facing a first world problem. You've got way too many blood points and you might just keel over if you have to manually spend any more. Join the club. Here's the 30-second TLDR of an app I made to alleviate that pain. This is Blood Emporium. You can set up different presets for what you want or don't want from the blood web. You can set a limit to the number of prestige levels to reach, or a limit to the number of blood points you spent. Then, while it's clicking away, since you can't use your mouse anymore, you can go piss off and make some food, or take a shower to rinse off all that gamer gunk after a nasty session of DBD. This app is made for AFK. On screen now are some timestamps for certain guides and explanations of this app you might find useful. I may occasionally respond to comments, but if you need troubleshooting support or want to report a bug, please join the Discord server or submit an issue on GitHub. More info on that at the end of the video. Let's start with installation. Go to the download link below and install the latest version, the one that contains the version number, not the one that says source code. Extract the program to a folder of your choosing, and make sure you extract it or it won't run properly. If it looks like this, you're set. If it looks like this, you've downloaded the source code instead of the program. You should also ensure there's no funny special Unicode characters like these in any of the parent folders, since it breaks the app and sadly that's out of my control. From there, you can launch the app and begin tweaking your settings. If you're using a custom icon pack like me, you'll need to set the path to the icons folder in your installation of the game so the app can use those icons. If you've got default icons, you don't need to worry about the path. You can leave it or set it to a random empty folder. You can also set up hotkeys here to run and terminate the blood point spending part of the program more easily. Then save. Make sure you save. In the Preference Profile tab, you can set up various presets for what you want from the blood web. At the moment, Blood Emporium comes bundled with 2 presets each in 2 variants, but more may be added in the future. The Cheapskate preset simply opts for the cheapest items on the blood web, and Otz's tier list preset is made from transcribing various tier lists the YouTuber Otzstaba has made for the Dead by Daylight community. For both presets, you can choose between 2 flavors, whether you want to prioritize perks or ignore them. If you want to create your own preset, the next section of the video explains how it all works. Now here comes the fun part, preventing carpal tunnel. There are 2 modes you can run, Naive and Aware. By default, the app uses the Aware mode. This means you can select a preference profile at the top, and the app will choose unlockables according to whatever desires you have specified in that profile. Conversely, if you don't care about what you're getting, the Naive mode will randomly select unlockables instead. In either mode, you should specify which character you're leveling, so the app uses the correct set of unlockables. Underneath that, you can set limits to the number of prestige levels, or a blood point spend limit. If you enable both, the app will stop at whichever limit is reached first. Now, all you need to do is make sure your shaders or game filters are off if you have any, and your game needs to be unobstructed on your primary monitor so the app can capture and process the blood web. Click run or press the hotkey, and watch your blood points trickle away. Also, if you are having trouble activating the hotkey, or the app doesn't seem to click on unlockables in-game, try running Blood Emporium as an administrator. Now let's say you want to tinker with a profile so you can prioritize certain unlockables over others. You can do so under the Preferences page. Each unlockable is configured with a tier and subtier. The higher the tier or subtier, the higher your preference for it. Tiers and subtiers can be any whole number from -999 to +999, and 0 represents the default neutral preference. So how does the math work? It's actually pretty simple. Suppose you've got a branch of the blood web with 2 unlockables, one at tier A and the other at tier B. Then suppose you've got another branch of the blood web with just a single unlockable set to tier A plus B. Then these 2 branches have equivalent preference, that is to say, for instance, a tier 1 plus tier 2 item is equally as valuable as a tier 3 item. In practice, however, because I have to claim 2 nodes to attain a value of 3 on this branch, whereas I would only need 1 node on this branch, the app will choose this branch first. Overall, you should follow the simple A plus B equals A plus B rule for setting up your profile. But just know that the app will scale the value of unlockables based on how far away they are. That information may be helpful if you want to just slightly tweak certain values so that the behavior is more in line with what you expect. The sub-tier allows you to fine-tune certain preferences. Let's say I like escape cakes and purple flashlights equally, but if I had a choice between the two, I would choose the flashlight. Then, instead of increasing the tier and potentially creating imbalance with other unlockables, I can just increase the sub-tier of the flashlight. You can also add some notes for a profile if you wish. Side note, make sure you save your profile after your changes. You have the ability to create and edit multiple profiles and switch between them before you run the main Bloodweb functionality. You can also export profiles as .emp files and share them with others to import. If you run into any problems or have any suggestions, there are two main avenues of contact. One is joining the Discord, linked below, where we have a frequently asked questions channel for common help problems, and a support channel where you might be able to find a similar previous issue. If you can't find anything resembling your problem, feel free to create a new post and post any corresponding log files or images as necessary. The other avenue for help, which may be a little slower, is using GitHub. You can head to the Issue Tracker tab and create a new issue detailing your bug or suggestion. You've made it to the end of the guide. This is a project built purely out of passion for the community, especially since I don't really play that much anymore. Of course, it's all free and open source, but if you'd like to support the development, there will be a link in the description. Subscribers do not matter for this channel. I pretty much just use it to dump old clips and gameplay from my hard drive, but liking and sharing this video with people who you think might find the app useful would be great. To help build community presets, share your thoughts and suggestions, or just join the web of people helping each other with this app, feel free to join the Discord. Aside from code, I also produce electronic, mainly chill music, so there's some additional links where you can find my shit if that's your kind of jam. Anyway, thanks for watching.